So we need to know where Chenford is when season 8 opens. We had Tim asking her to move in, but she was asleep, so obviously she missed it. Has he worked up the nerve to ask her again when she's conscious?
When I'm conscious?
When she's conscious, wow. Tim sounds like a creep.
Do I need to slate for the camera or anything? Okay. So you guys get to go to Prague for the season premiere. Incredible. So Nolan and his team are kind of working with the feds and with Mônica,
yes,
who is back. She has immunity.
She's the worst.
They are going after some sort of international high-profile terrorists, and so they need to collaborate with someone they hate, which is Mônica.
Dun, dun, dun. Mônica Stevens.
Exactly.
Part of Monica's immunity deal was a bit of a blacklist scenario. She's going to help us chase down some big bads. It felt like a fun opportunity in season 8.
She is helping the FBI and participating in cases, which is always a good thing. But I think, as the audience knows, you can't really trust her. And Wesley certainly knows you can't trust Mônica. And having your ex involved in your business and work life, especially when she's bad, never makes it easy for a relationship.
We're babysitting Mônica.
Yes.
And we have a bit of a role to play in a sting operation. The whole thing is a sting operation and kind of like an armed deal.
And we have the fun, unique job of watching her, because she is there with us and obviously in her immunity deal, but you never know with Mônica how things go down.
Sneaky, sly, manipulative. She's always working an angle.
Yeah.
Where's Mônica?
She is not without arrogance on a good day, and I think this gives her a lot of power.
She's also so smug about it. She's just so, well, too bad for you. And she really rubs it in. She acts like she's the smartest person in the room, which is the worst because she's the smartest person in the room.
She probably is, yeah.
Prague is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Don't you want to see it?
We're in the middle of an international sting operation. We're not going sightseeing.
Why not?
You're babysitting Mônica, but this can also be sort of a second honeymoon for Nolan and Bailey, right?
Yeah, they don't get a lot of chances for exotic holidays like that. So they've kind of rolled it into a treat for themselves.
Yes, I mean, and Prague is so romantic and gorgeous, and the sets are stunning. It led nicely.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. You're a cop and I'm a criminal, but ours is the most stable relationship I've ever had.
That is truly sad.
Speaking of villains, Oscar is still out there on the lam after the finale. Right. Is he going to pop up again?
Yes.
What can you say? Yeah. He's not gone.
He's not gone.
This is a problem with being institutionalized half my life, John. My default is to just go full caveman. That's good.
What I love is that Oscar often comes out of nowhere in an episode, so I don't want to spoil much beyond that, but we will definitely see Oscar again.
He's the villain everybody loves to hate.
Yes.
He's super charming.
Yep.
He's hilarious. But then he'll go and stab somebody. So you have to remember, oh, by the way, he kills people. He will stab you. He's psychotic. He has no empathy.
Yes.
So like he's charming as heck, but then you forget.
We want him around, but then we're all scared of him when he's around, which makes super fun to watch.
What are you doing here? What do you mean? You invited me. I absolutely did not.
Any chance Pete Davidson could pop back up as your half-brother?
I have chatted with Pete.
We love Pete.
Oh, okay.
I've chatted with Pete. He is dying to come back.
Oh, is
we just need to find the time where he's available. He's a busy guy.
Yes. Of
course.
And he's doing so well right now. He's just he is an absolute doll. He is a favorite around here. People love it when he arrives. We love having him. It's a match made in heaven. So yeah, he called me and he said he's dying to come back.
I need to get your take on Chenford. It's like the fans' favorite ship in the world.
Yeah. All my friends with like 11-year-old kids will call me and say, hey, I hate to do this, but my daughter's a huge fan. Can I get a birthday video? And so I'll get the cast to do birthday stuff. You've done this for me many times.
Yep.
And then he'll send me a video of them watching it and the high-pitched squeals that come out of these kids.
Yes. When Eric
We're getting
and
some
Melissa
audiences that are incredibly young. It's crazy.
Yes.
So we have an incredible episode in season 7 where Bradford proposes living together with Lucy. And you can just see this incredibly wonderful monologue that's so sensitive and so kind, and he's really come a long way. Pan over to Lucy. She's asleep.
Yes, yes.
So she's missed it. And I can just hear the squeals and screams and then the fall.
So we need to know where Chenford is when season 8 opens. We had Tim asking her to move in, but she was asleep, so obviously she missed it. Has he worked up the nerve to ask her again when she's conscious?
When I'm conscious?
When she's conscious, wow. Tim sounds like a creep. we are trying to navigate and figure out what actually is going to happen with Chenford. We don't, with that Tim and Lucy dynamic. It's been, it was an amazing cliffhanger, I think, for the characters at the end of 7. And we're curious to see what the writers actually have in store. We don't work together that much this season, to be honest.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other too much, but what ends up happening ultimately from that invitation is we'll see that kind of near the beginning, but where it goes, we have no idea.
You know they should be together, but teasing it is just
Yes.
being dainty about it is really wonderful the way we do it.
Yeah.
I say we. It's Alexi. Thanks, Alexi.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah, thanks,
He's off
Alexi.
stage. I don't want to take any credit.
Look, I think the premiere is a must-watch for Chenford fans. I'll say that. She's obviously carrying some scars from the breakup. So, and that's one of the reasons why we didn't just throw them back together, was it felt like it was such an emotionally devastating thing that it needed to be earned. And so Tim needed to do the work in therapy, and Lucy had to reevaluate her perspective and the way she wanted to attack her career and everything. So it's long coming, but at the same time, I think they still both feel like they're navigating a path back.
Are you just assuming that Tim and I are back together?
You're a sergeant, he's a sergeant, problem solved.
Well, Angela, Juarez, and Miles are also working to reunite you guys in a way. How did they get involved, and are they too involved in your relationship?
I don't want to pressure her. I'm trying to be respectful of the fact that I'm the one who broke her heart.
Well, you might break it again if you leave her hanging too long.
I don't think it's too much to say that Angela and Juarez are described by Harper at one point as being terribly meddlesome.
You know, I think Angela is a champion for love. Having love in her own life and seeing what it's done. And so she just wants to see the two thrive in that setting. And so she's always scheming like a little Cupid, a mischievous Cupid with her little pistol, trying to get them back together.
I think that was a really fun storyline. We all sort of like get together.
Yes.
It's like a new dynamic, a new duo that we formed that we all want. Like, what's happening? Let's help these two out.
The fun for us was, knowing how invested the Chenford fans are in that relationship, to also play a little bit of that with some of our other characters being invested, and being a little frustrated with their communication issues themselves. And so, yes, I think ultimately, we're going to force a conversation.
Well, if they do move in together and Lucy moves out, who's going to take her room in the apartment?
Well, hold on a second. Juarez does have her boyfriend abroad. So who knows?
She has a boyfriend?
She has a boyfriend.
Your boyfriend on the show.
Oh yeah, Raj. Yeah,
Raj.
he's touring.
Are they still going strong, though?
You know it.
Lucy's a sergeant now. How does that play out in season 8? Is she still on the night shift?
So it's not a spoiler to say that she gets off the night shift rather rapidly. How that happens is probably a little bit of a mystery, but she's back on the daytime shift with everybody, trying to troubleshoot what's happening stateside while some people are in Prague. Yeah, off the top of season 8.
You guys didn't get to go to Prague.
We did not. Don't know what happened in Prague.
Yeah.
I know they got some good footage. That's all we know.
Yeah. And Bradford's come a long way just in the time that he's been on the show. What would you say is the biggest difference for him season 8 versus when he started?
That's a good question. I would say maybe just the way he's learning to approach his career with a lot of his colleagues, and he's matured a lot as an officer, I would say.
That's great.
And he's a softie now.
I'm trying to ignore that, 'cause
we now just see it more. We just see it more. Maybe Bradford's always been a softie.
In certain situations, when it comes to Lucy, probably. I don't think you see it with everybody else as much. Maybe he's a little more understanding with Nolan and stuff like that. He's let his guard down.
And Lopez. No, Bradford's soft. Come on. There's a lot.
I'm trying to be in denial about that. He's a little softer than he was.
He's clinging to his old ways.
Yeah.
We get to meet Tim's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can I say that?
I think you can say that.
I can say
We just
that.
can't say
who
it is.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Probably some great casting there.
Yeah. And that creates a really interesting situation with her and Lucy.
Sean's no longer running for DA. Maybe Wes wants to throw his hat into the ring there. Would he want to do that? How would Angela react to that?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think Angela may not like that very much.
Wesley started as a defense lawyer, moved into public service and has been an ADA for a long time. And with Sean exiting or potentially exiting as the district attorney, that opportunity is there.
I'm announcing my candidacy for the District Attorney of Los Angeles.
And so it definitely creates tension in the household because the professional is now starting to affect the home life and increase intensity there. So, yeah.
Angela and Wesley have this kind of like slightly antagonistic relationship. They bicker and argue, but it's all love and it ends up like that. So I think there's a lot of kind of fun scenes where we get to explore and just spend time with them in that space. And there's a lot of great couple moments so far this year. Some really fun stuff that I don't think we saw quite as much of last season. So I think we get to spend a little more time with Angela and Wesley as a couple, and that's been really fun.
We also see that this season, Harper is given an offer that could alter her career and personal life. What can you tease about what that looks like?
Yes. There's some changes. And yeah, I guess there's some changes in a few of these different dynamics in terms of careers. So
okay, so maybe they're intersecting in some way.
Actually, yes, they do intersect.
They do.
You were good. You were picking up on all the things.
It's like one thing is connected to the other, and it starts getting really messy. Even for us, there's like a tension because Wesley's actions affect it. So
how are Harper and James doing at the beginning of the season? I know last season was a little rocky for them.
Much better this season. Yeah, I think they went through a lot last season and they were tested, and so they've come through that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's a lot of love there still. So yeah.
Congratulations, Derek, on becoming a series regular.
Oh, thank you. D, I appreciate that, man.
Does this mean that Miles has more responsibility this season?
He does, yeah, most definitely. I feel like Miles is in a predicament where he has to prove himself in order to graduate, and also he has to calm his cowboy instincts.
Miles has to reconsider his living situation because they're going to charge him an HOA to live in the station parking lot.
How do you know about that?
Isn't that wild?
I have sources.
Wow, okay, yeah, he's going to have to figure that out.
But yeah, I mean, LA real estate is no joke.
No joke.
But can you find a place?
Look, he has a friend that's in the NFL.
Yeah.
Is in a big mansion.
Okay.
Scott
may have an extra room.
He might have an extra room or 10 or 20, So you never know about that opportunity. But, I think he's going to figure it out.
Yeah. Challenges for Celina. I mean, she's really evolved. I feel like she was a rookie for a really long time, so it's nice, to have another rookie in the house.
Seniority.
It's nice. Exactly. It feels nice, to sort of like be, now she's standing on her own 2 feet. She's like officially in. She's a police officer, and she's now taking on more responsibilities, and she's giving advice, and she's seen as equal and someone to be trusted. And I feel like we do get to see a different side of Celina this season, where she's grown up, but she's still very warm and still intuitive. But it's, at first it was like something that made her stand out. It's like, she's so unpredictable, but now she's learned to balance it, and she's using it as, it's like her superpower, and that's what makes her like an awesome cop. But there's still challenges, and there's still things that she gets to sort of like tackle.
There's talk of a spin-off coming again, another spin-off of The Rookie, this time set in Washington. Have there been any developments with that? What can you say about where that is?
ABC is very committed to it, which I definitely appreciate. There is a script, and we are working on getting it up on its feet, I think, hopefully early next year, and then we'll see where it goes. So, but, I do think that the strength of Rookie as a franchise, if I can use that word, is that it's really all centered on reinvention, and which I think is a universal thing. I mean, it used to be called a midlife crisis, right? Which is a little bit what John Nolan went through, but over the last 10 or 15 years, this younger generation is not waiting for like their 40s to decide they don't want to do this, right? People are coming out of college and going, "Yep, I don't want to do that," or even doing a job for a year and changing gears. And so I think, the fun of the show is like just what a second chance looks like at whatever age.
And can you say at all what the connective tissue is between that show and The Rookie?
It's another patrol show up in Washington State. There might be a crossover with a certain John Nolan in that pilot. Got to do it. But beyond that, it's also got to stand on its own 2 feet. So it wouldn't cross over the same way that Feds did ultimately.
Okay.